Orioles in June.
Good evening. It has been a while. Been a while. How's everybody doing? Good evening tonight. Let's take a look at these lineups here in just a minute. Orioles are your visiting team tonight, so kind of on the road is a good thing because it's pouring down rain here. Orioles are going to set up Holiday, Rushman, Henderson, Westberg, O'Hearn, Urias, Mullen, Kowser, Carlson. That's going to be the lineup here for your Orioles coming against the Rays. We'll get you the Rays lineup in just a little bit. Welcome into the show. Appreciate you being here tonight. Fans of Green Bay Packers, first in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. Fred O'Malley, good evening, sir. Welcome in. Welcome back to baseball. It's been almost 2 weeks since we've done a baseball game, so we just got to do our thing. Orioles have been 11-4 in their last 15. How about that? One of the top records in baseball. Maybe I need to go away more often. Maybe I'm the problem. Hello, it's me. I'm the problem, I think. Me or Walt, one of the two. Hello, Debbie. Speak of Walt, there he is. Just as I said, he comes in. Debbie Bernfeld, good evening. Walt, Mouse Talk is in here. Partner channel, good people. Mouse Talk and the Birdland Network. Pringle, hello. Welcome in. Just getting started back again here. See if the O's can keep this trends going.
That was a moonshot. Orioles.
Kay Wilby, hello, Kay. Great to see you. A lot of good people in the chat already.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators.
What can this ball teach us about the way things move?
But right now, millions
We are ready to roll here this evening.
just because of where they live. Donors choose as
I know you got that NBA championship going on, but I'm ready for baseball.
in your community and beyond.
We're minutes away from first pitch. Let me get ready for that.
But what you're really giving
Helps if I get ready for that.
tomorrow. Learn more at donors.
Dun, dun, dun. Hear the dogs outside barking.
New mission, new hope, new vision, new scope.
It's about that time, everybody. They're showing the final montage for the Orioles here. Kevin Hawthorne, hello. That's right, it was a weekend sweep. That's right. Jackson Holiday's getting ready. Time to play the game!
Play ball!
Holiday, Rushman, Henderson, Westberg, O'Hearn, Urias, Mullins, Kowser, and Carlton. Pepiot on the hill, 14 starts, 3-6 record, 3.31 ERA, 8 Ks per inning, 2.5 walks per inning. He's given up 13 home runs. JC Skipper Brian, hello, buddy. It was great to hang out with you the other day. Good to see you.
Just 2.49 ERA.
Pepito at the hill, toes the rubber, kicks and deals. First pitch, ball down low, 7:35 p.m. 7:35. Look at that screen change on you right there. Give me the light colors of the clouds in the background. Kolya, hello, welcome in. Pepio up on the hill, kicks and deals. Ball upstairs, 2-0. Starting out with a 2-0. 2-ball count there. Jackson Holiday hitting 259. 8 home runs, 27 driven in. Give him a third nut up there right now. 3-0. 3-0.
Well, we're playing outdoors in Tampa. Swing percentage for Jackson Holiday or Orioles.
It is nice playing outdoors in Tampa. How about that, huh? Strike, top of the zone, 3-1.
Awfully aggressive on the first pitch, and often the good results. Getting in there an 86 day a day at first pitch. 3-1.
Swing and a miss. Strike two. Threw it right by him.
So far in the 27.
That was a nut gut right there. That thing came right down the middle.
Opponents are slugging 508 against it, but talking to a lot of the Orioles hitters as well as Cody Ashley, they call it a hoppy fastball.
Looking for that walk.
Got a little extra jump to it. Cody Ashley said they're going to have to get it down just a little bit.
Ball outside. There's your walk.
Self-high five.
Stir Show, hello. You're in humid Tampa. Well, hey, I'd love to be there. What's up, Stir Show? I was just down in that Florida heat for 14 days. I'd love to be at the game. Thank you, Debbie. How you doing, Stir Show? Rinser, hello. Welcome in. Rushman takes the ball. Want to know there. Adley Rushman hitting 232, 7 home runs, 19 driven in. Right-hander throws over to first. Just back in. Just back in.
They're going to be nitpicking a little bit early in the count, and they're going to fall behind like Pepio did.
What are you doing? Come here.
The Rays are going to call it for a challenge here.
Rays are going to challenge it.
Already has 3 pickoffs this season.
I hope he didn't pick him off. Man, that would really stink. Victor, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for that, Victor. Appreciate that. Show it again. Let me see it. Did he get him?
Jackson flinched just a little. It looked like he was trying to get a jump. Boy, I don't see how you overturn that.
I think he's safe.
If it's not overturned, this would be the second straight day.
Ryan Rowe, hello, my friend.
Remember yesterday, Zach Neto thought he got hit with the first pitch of the game. The Angels challenged and lost.
Well, we made it a few more pitches this time, but not very far into the game. And
they're looking at it Command Central from MLB.
I don't see how you overturn that, but maybe.
I don't know how you can turn that over, to be honest with you.
The fingers are up in the air right there, but I don't. It's really hard to tell when the glove actually.
Tony Lynn, what's up? Just found your site. Love it. Subscribed. Like the site. Thank you, Tony Lynn. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family.
Maybe you could say there's a little elevation, but the palm of the hand might still be in the corner of the base. Mark Wagner is the crew chief plate umpire today.
They're waiting for New York to tell them. It's taking a long time. They should have a time limit on these challenges.
Mark Wagner, that actually is one of my favorite umpires, and he's the only umpire that ever threw me out of a baseball game. But I love him. He's great. It was my own fault.
What'd you do?
Well, he did call me out on a pitch that I thought was outside, so I really didn't argue at home plate. I went back, I watched the video, and then I came out and I yelled it from the dugout. They don't really like that. And I apologized to him after, and then he also said I probably missed it.
Rays just beat up on the Mets, huh? Rays have been playing half decent.
No, I said, you got to be better than that. Bruce Treckman is just a great guy. Great umpire and a great guy.
Now, this is a lengthy challenge that folks in New York are making a call on. Here is Mark.
Call on the field stands. Runner is safe. Tampa Bay has lost their challenge. Oh, you're welcome, Tony. We're glad you're here, my friend. Everybody should be double checking to make sure you're subscribed. Sometimes YouTube will knock you off. And you need to click back in. 1 ball, no strikes as we come back into Rushman. That's good play right there. I mean, they're playing good, decent ball. So Pepio kicks and deals to Rushman. Strike on the corner. Nice cutter right there on the corner. Pepio out top of the hill. Toes the rubber around. Looks in. Flinches his nose. I'm not sure why he did that, but he did. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him at 94. Gassed him at 94.
I really believe Adley's going to finish in that 750 range. I just think he has swung the bat too well. The underlying metrics have looked pretty good most of the year, to be honest with you. I think he's hit into some bad luck. I think he also certainly got off to a start maybe that wasn't perfect, but the numbers are definitely ticking up. He looks really close.
Right-hander deals. Ball outside to Rushman, 2-2. Anybody else brand new in here for the first time? Say hello. We'd love to welcome you in. Hello, Daniel Barry. Welcome in. Pepio throws it right by Rushman. Good Lord. Strike 3. Go sit down. That was not a good one.
Wow.
He just swung right through it.
On the changeup on the pitch before, but then he just comes back with painted 95 with a little bit of life to it. And see, Adley just fouled into the
one out here in the inning. Pepio deals. First pitch swinging. Line drive. They're going to double him off. That ball was smoked. Henderson smoked it to the second baseman. Line drive caught. There was nothing that could be done on that double play. Wow. Going to the bottom of the first. I'll give you the Rays lineup here in just a moment. Man, that was something. That ball was absolutely stung. Absolutely stung. Lowe, Lau, and Diaz coming up. I hate when they put Lowe and Lau together or back to back. It just drives me nuts. Then Diaz, Aranda, Cormario, Mangum, Caballero, Jensen, and Morel. We got a name of names tonight. Tampa Bay. Let me.
Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection.
I need to put it out just a little bit more. There we go. Because I can't show the stuff in the background.
Joint or back pain and constipation.
Welcome in.
Ask your doctor about Pluvicto because every day without.
Yeah, both teams are really hot, Rinser. Of course, I've been away and I haven't seen any of it.
Very spacious, lots of open air. What are you going to use it for?
Thwarting international terrorism, saving the world. That kind of stuff.
Sorry, we just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we are very excited. Test drive. No mission is impossible with a Jeep Wrangler. Right now, get employee price.
I remember the days when things weren't sponsored by everything.
See your capital area Jeep Ram dealer today.
Tampa Bay Rays have been buoyed by their lineup this year.
So it should be Lowe then Lau, I believe. Diaz, Aranda, Caminero, Mangum, Caballero, Jensen, and Morel.
Kevin Cash's Rays facing an X-ray, Zach Eflin, who was traded from Tampa to the Orioles at the deadline.
All right, Eflin's ready to go.
Not far from here, his 10th start of the year. 1.09 whip. He has been excellent since the trade. Last year, 5-2 with a 2.6 coming over.
Ball inside, 1-0. Don't need our guy doing those balls things. Don't need a monkey see, monkey do here. Swinging a foul straight back. Hello, O'Connell. Welcome in.
Josh, who missed a month and a half with a right oblique issue. 691 against a little below league average. Great power and speed.
Oh, just missed a strike there. Wow.
2-1. Zach is coming off one of his best Orioles starts. 6 2/3 against Detroit on Wednesday. 5 hits, 1 walk, 1 earned run, struck out 5.
Curveball, fly ball, right field and deep. Back at the track, at the wall. Gone, home run. Josh Lowe goes deep. I hope you're right, Tony. I hope they do make the playoffs.
This is a ballpark that has very similar dimensions to Yankee Stadium, and as the summer months go on, it's starting to play even more favorable. A projected 334-foot home run makes it 1-0. Yeah,
334. It's a slider. It's cement mixer just sat there.
Slugging 719 so far this year. If he's going to throw that, he's going to have to keep it down in the zone. And you see Eflin's face. He knows that should not be a homer, but in this park, as they built it to essentially mimic Yankee Stadium.
Pitch comes a low, base hit up the middle. Lau comes up there now. Single up the middle. First two hitters on. That's not good. Not the start you want if you're an Orioles fan.
And only one in Major League Park, and this is the one.
Yeah, that's frustrating as a pitcher for sure. You love it as a hitter, not so much when you're on the mound.
Orioles need a double play ball here. Diaz up there now, the DH. Pitch comes in, ball, inside, 1-0. Yandy Diaz hitting 265 on the year. 10 home runs, 41 driven in. Right-hander Eflin up top there, seventh pitch in. Ground ball hit hard over third. Second's got it. Over to first. Double play. 6, 4, 3. They'll turn it right there. Beer is cold. Nice play. 5, 4, 3. Double play.
Keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. Arias, great range, gives it to Jackson, who comes across the bag with some momentum and gets some serious velo on that throw to first base. Yandy Diaz almost looked like he slowed down at the end. Might have cost him from being safe by half a step.
It's not a very well hit ball.
No, I honestly didn't think they had a chance of turning that. You and I were talking even before the game, though. I think Jackson is one of the best at turning the double play at second base right now.
Line drive ripped into the corner. That's going to be extra bases for Aranda into second with a double.
Smokes his 14th double of the year, second most on the team.
He has been so good all year, so consistent. Certainly against righties, he has been terrific also. And he loves hitting here. 300, average almost over now, over 370. There's that change that he just stays down on it. What you have to do with that pitch is really use your legs. If you don't, you're going to roll over and get a ground ball. But he uses his legs, able to stay through it and get that ball down the right field line.
So the Rays start 3 for 4. Here's Junior Caminero. 21-year-old takes ball one. Caminero with an OPS of the
Zippity Doo Dog. Hello, welcome in, Douglas.
scoring position. Monster year 21.
Caminero fouls off that pitch. Third baseman hitting 246.
Home runs, RBIs, extra base hits, and slugging percentage.
Yeah, big double play. That saves some runs. Popped up foul and out of play.
Minor League Baseball Awards banquet, which is a relatively new thing. Jackson Holiday was named Minor League's hitting prospect of the year. This guy was number 2. Caminero, they've both been at points rated the number 1.
Good to see Douglas. How are you, sir?
They could be terrors to American League East opponents for a long, long time. Zach's 1-2. Beautiful.
Eflin, strike 3 right there. That'll get him. That'll end the inning. We're going to the top of the second. 1-0 game here on the channel. That's a tough one. We'll be right back here in just a minute. Check out these amazing people that support our channel. We appreciate them.
Hello everyone, it's Chris with Park Hopper Choppers. If you're headed down to Central Florida and you need a mobility scooter, give us a call, 407-989-9618. We can bring it right to your resort, right to the park, or right to your Airbnb, no problem. We were voted best mobility scooter rental in Central Florida by my mom.
Jean-Claire Wise Travel is an upscale travel design and consulting firm specializing in curating ultra-luxurious travel destinations designed specially for business professionals, focusing to deliver the once-in-a-lifetime experience that will create lasting memories, encompassing adventures in Europe or the Americas, luxurious river cruises, relaxing beach getaways, or detailed trips to Disney locations worldwide. Jean-Claire Wise Travel personalizes the experience. What rich and exciting moments do you want to create for yourself this year? Well, start writing your story with a Jean-Claire Wise Travel today.
Welcome to the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat, also known as the Triple C Show, coming to your living room every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Hosted by an incredible all-female cast, this ensemble delivers Disney magic weekly through intriguing interviews, spotlighting creators and members of the Disney community. It's a must-see experience that brings the magic and stories you love to life. Don't miss it.
All right, coming back in here, Westberg, O'Hearn, Urias coming up. Debbie, do we have another moderator in here besides Doug that can do links while you're doing sports, or we have nobody? We got nobody. I got to go get some more moderators. That's going to happen. It's time for some changes.
That leadoff home run by the Rays by Josh Lau was talk about it, Kevin. Doesn't play well in a lot of ballparks. I had a conversation with someone from the Rays today. They pointed back to April, when Aaron Judge hit a ball to center field.
All right, here comes Jordan Westberg. I haven't seen Westberg playing forever. Fouls that one off 0-2.
Off the bat, and it went opposite field home runs. They said these conditions change not only due to the course of the game, but can change throughout the course of one at bat. It's very unpredictable. The weather and the conditions really do contribute to the offensive opportunities.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Take a seat over there. I agree, Groot. That's absolutely horrendous.
Dimensions coming in and a place like Yankee Stadium dimensionally, but it doesn't play like Yankee Stadium because of the wind, which, as you mentioned, can shift in and out and left to right in the course of an at-bat, changed multiple times in the course of an inning down here in Tampa.
Nathan, hello, welcome in. O'Hearn swings and drives one to right. Hello, Monorail Molly, welcome in. You just missed a Ryan O'Hearn almost home run. Welcome in, Miss Monorail. Molly and Doug in here with me. Scoot Adventures. I saw you come in as well. Hello. I had a great time with Molly and Doug.
Which blocks some of that wind. Here in spring training parks, you get a lot of wind that affects.
Come on, O'Hearn, smack it. Well, that's not it. That's a ground ball to second. 2 outs in the inning. 2 outs in the inning.
30 minutes. I noticed the flag went from waving out the stadium, but it's still to waving back towards the stadium. You're talking about just 30 minutes.
Shelby, hello. Welcome in.
It's going to be fascinating to see how this park plays the next couple of months, although as the weather heats up, the Rays won't be here much. They only have 8 home games in July and 8 in August. And as a reminder, the reason the Rays are playing here, Hurricane Milton was devastated this area, flooded so many homes, displaced people.
And Doug.
And the Rays are hoping.
Strike right there, 1-1. Who's my favorite Tampa Bay Rays player of all time? Rosarina.
Of the Rays' future, they thought they had a plan for a ballpark not far from the Trop and a mixed-use development area in the St. Petersburg area. That fell through after the hurricane and after local elections.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And the fact that the Rays get to stay in the area, that's a huge win. It's just going to come with some quirks.
Yeah, I mean, good for Major League Baseball, good for the Yankees, opening this park up to the Rays. For that reason, they get to keep their home fans around.
Arias fouls that straight back.
Pretty good atmosphere, to be honest with you. At times, you go to Tropicana and it's so empty. The atmosphere is kind of dead. Manzo, I think at one point was.
You like Evan Longoria? Yeah, he was a good ball player. I agree with you there. If I'd have gone down to Tampa, I could have had to add an extra stadium to my list. Strike 3. Take a seat over there. Come on, man. Good Lord. That's going to end the inning. Bottom of the second coming up. Hello, Brandon. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am starting to work on all the stuff for the meetup and the prizes. I went and got bins out of the garage. Well, let me just say this. My kids went and got me 5 bins out of the garage so I can start going through them. I've gotten really fired up today about that. And going to start on that, getting organized. Got a lot to do over the next couple months. A lot of smiles to put on people's faces. That's the greatest feeling in the world, when you can put a smile on someone's face. I get a lot out of that. It really is something that, for me personally as a person, seeing someone else happy because we were able to do something for them, a selfless act, makes me feel like I'm doing something. Carl Crawford and James Shield. I remember Carl Crawford. I don't remember James Shield.
What sport is this? Oh, hot dogs. What are your specials? Hot dogs. Oh, 2 for you. 2 buy for us. I'd love to, because I earn unlimited 2% cash rewards with my Wells Fargo Active Cash Card.
I wasn't a Machado fan, so. Was not a Machado fan, William. Kevin Clearmeyer, he played pretty well. Yeah. He did. That he did. Bottom of the second coming up, everybody. Mangum, Caballero, and Jansen. Mangum. Doug hates it when there's mangum all over the room. That's using it in a sentence like a spelling bee. Bottom of the second. 3 hits on the board already for the Rays. Orioles with none. Here we go. Starts off Mangum with a strike. Shields was your ace back in the day. Yeah, he left and went somewhere else. Tampa Bay's always had great pitching. Always. Ball down low, 1-1.
One of a number of former Rays and his Oriole roster, including Andrew Kittredge, who just got a nice tribute on the video board in between innings. Carlson was with Tampa Bay last year as well, Orioles right fielder today.
Strike right there, 1-2. David T, hello.
Use that cutter to both sides of the plate to lefties. A lot of times you start looking in for that cutter. You start it off the plate away and back to her. Very difficult for a left-handed hitter to pull the trigger.
29-year-old.
Yeah, that was a surprising trade. Ground ball tapped to second base. Holiday's got to hurry. Throws it away. I wonder if that's going to be an error or a hit. Infield single. Infield single. Holiday took too long. Absolutely. We try to work together. Ladies are doing a good job writing their shows, and that's a great Sunday show.
But it was too late at that point anyways. That's one where you have to keep running. You got to make that play on the run. A lefty, maybe he didn't notice, but maybe.
Wow. Really?
It was not a good swing. He got out of the box quick. It was almost one of those Ichiro swings. So just one of those things.
I think I need to move there. That sounds like the place to be. Is there state taxes there? Oh, daggone it. That's gone. Oh, my God. He caught it at the wall. That ball just died. Holy heck. He crushed it and it died. He crushed it and it died. Queen Tanya, hello. Welcome in.
You're going to get some cheap ones. There's a sinker running in. Upland thinks he actually got it. I think Caballero thought he got it. The wind has actually switched directions, almost blowing directly from left field to right field this time. You wonder if it knocked it down at all, or
runner on first. I thought that ball was gone off the bat. It sounded it. It looked it. It died in the air. Died in the air.
Caballero crushes the ball. for just a measly warning track flyout. Here's Danny Jansen.
Strike on the corner to Jansen. Jansen used to be an Oriole killer on Toronto.
For right-handers than left-handers, but of late, with the shifting weather and the shifting winds, it's been a much more left-handed.
Line drive, base hit center field. Runner's going to go first to third. First and third, one away.
Rays, they just continue to swing the bat well, as they have almost all year, but certainly over the last 3 or 4 weeks, they have been scorching. And right here, you get a little two-seamer.
That ball was center, middle.
Running in on him a little, but he's able to stay inside and shoot it over Jackson's head into right center. You saw Mangum get down the line on his little swinging, jack swinging. Good base running to get all the way over to third, but they have hit a lot of balls hard already. 4 hard-hit baseballs in the first 2 innings.
Christopher Morel, who can really hit it hard.
They hit the total over last time, yeah.
Morel shows a bunt.
Morel was looking to suicide squeeze, or safety squeeze, I guess.
Rays have just 5 sacrifice bunts this year. Morel doesn't have any. He's ahead 1-0 after the wide sweeper. Terrific base runner at third, Jake Mangum.
Ball 2-0.
Christopher Morel's theme. The Reyes playing back. I think he was going to take a chance to drop one down the line for a base hit, and if Mangum could score, which he probably would, either way, that was what he was going for. He either get a hit or maybe just score Mangum.
Fouls that straight back.
Right over the heart of the plate. But they've gotten away with one. Good numbers, small sample size against Zach Eflin for Morel. The Cubs a year ago. 26 homers with the Cubs in 2023 and 821 OPS. Numbers have really cratered since.
And I'm in front of this huge Roger Rabbit. You're watching a Pete Devon show.
Goes back to kick, shoots it past the diving Eflin.
That's going to be a bunt base hit and a run.
By Christopher Morel. And the Rays have more base runners. 2-0 on the RBI bunt singles.
Well, that one right there was for sure a squeeze type of play. Mangum was ready for it. This was get the ball down and we're going right away. Safety squeeze type of thing, and it's not a great bunt, but it happens to end up being perfect. It's too hard. And Eflin charges thinking he might have a play at home, but it goes to his left. And
Runners at first and second, 2-0 Tampa Bay. Everything going right for Tampa Bay right now.
You're just trying to get it down anywhere out in front of home plate so that you can score that guy from third. But, man, he had barreled that one up and hit it hard.
Now low with the bunt to third. Reyes.
Bunt to third. They get him at first. Wow. What a play by Ramon Urias.
Because the Rays have lost their challenge.
Yeah, this is a big one because I think he was safe, and they don't have the challenge. I do believe he might have been safe on this. Cash is losing his mind because there's no repercussion for it at this point.
Wow. I thought he was safe.
He can't put his hands on his head to signal challenge because the Rays use their 7 pitches into the game. Looked for all the world like a bunt hit off the bat, B-Rob, and then honestly looked like a hit when the throw came to first.
Yeah, but give Ramon incredible amount of credit right there.
Yeah, they have, Rinser.
Lowe saw him. Look how far back he's playing. I mean, he was nowhere in the screen when he laid that ball down. But just tremendous effort. What a strong throw right on the money. And I do think he is pretty safe. He looked like he was saved by a quarter of a step from that angle.
I'd love to see that play again on close angle.
Drew Prince is out for a mound meeting with Brandon Lau coming up.
Show it again.
This is kind of some of the stuff that the Rays can do. Josh Lowe goes deep his first at bat.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
That is an awful call. Awful call. He was safe by 3 steps. I'm an Orioles fan, and he was safe by 3 steps. Oh, I need to figure out LinkedIn, too. I forgot about that. I got to do that. I got to figure that out. All right, 2 outs here in the inning. I don't even remember what my count was or anything. That's going to be fun to try to go just figure that thing out. Luckily, I got help. Ground ball tapped over to first. That'll end the inning. Rays get 1. It's 2-0. We're going to the top of the 3rd. We will be right back here in just.
The official Disney-related news service and partner of the Pete McDevitt Show is Chip & Company. You can find this trusted source at chipandco.com or on many social media outlets including YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, the Disney News and Merch Show comes to your living room. Join us as we bring you the latest updates from around the Disney parks, including brand new merchandise, exciting food offerings, and all the up-to-date news you need. Don't miss the Disney magic right here on the Pete McDevitt Show.
No, Walt, they're not off to a good start.
Use your new door. Let's go. I said go.
I got stuff to do tonight. I'm excited.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Now streaming on Fubo. Watch the Orioles, Nationals, and more of your local teams. Streaming live on all your devices. Plus, over 350 top channels. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
This Sunday, the bird
Dun, 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 dun.
special watch party as the Orioles face the Yankees.
A splash watch party at the Guinness Brewery. That's right by my house. The hot dogs will be there. The bird will be there Sunday, June 22nd. Right down the street from me. Walt knows where that's at. First pitch comes into Mullins. That catch the corner? Holy cow. Mullins hitting 236, 11 home runs. Fly ball center field. Tracking over toward left center. He'll make the play. Mangum. Hello, Neil. Welcome in.
Every time we load up to say where we are, the freight wants to say the drop. So now, can we say we're at the Stein? Sure. George M. Steinbrenner Field, the big Stein. Brenner. The Brenner.
Neil is in the building. Here comes Molly's favorite player. I think that's one Oriole she might like a little bit. Just because he's got a soundbite. Strike 1 to Kowser. Strike 2 to Kowser right down there.
Strike outside of the park. There's a big raise up sign with a couple of Rays players. And on the bottom it says, "Thank you, Yankees."
It was awesome to hang with Neil and his wife. Swing and a miss. Good monkey nuts.
Missed it by that much.
Where's the beef? Yeah. We should have that. Oh, why don't we have that sound clip? So when he strikes out like that, I can ask him, where's the beef? What a great, great one. Years past, Wendy's. Where's the beef?
Well, he has said he pronates it, so we can take his words for it. Highest spin rate on a changeup, revolutions per minute.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit the other way, base hit. Carlson's going to go the other door. Carlson goes backdoor and enjoys it for a single.
When you can throw 95 with high spin at the top of the zone, and then you've got a changeup that comes out. Look at this. Watch that.
That's a three finger change that just didn't do well. What a good piece of hitting right there. Back to the top of the order, one of my favorite players right now, Jackson Holiday. See if he can get a hit.
His goal is to make it as close to a screwball as possible. And Devin Williams has the changeup, which is known as the airbender. This is obviously a lot more of the spinning changeup you saw in the RPMs. It's more side to side. It's less straight down.
Swing and a miss. That's a strike right through it. Right through it.
The crazy part is that it does go side to side, but it also falls off the table, almost like a screwball.
Ah, monkey nuts. Swing and a miss. Come on. Put the ball in play, guys. Let's go.
He said he just started messing around with the grips and started playing catch with a four-seam grip, and then this wild pitch, Frankenstein changeup, came out of it.
I love that. He wasn't at a massive college. It goes out in the summer, gets whacked around, and figures out a way to get better.
Strike three looking. 96 miles an hour. Bottom of the third coming up. Bottom of the third.
Bad news.
That's not bad news. That's really bad news.
Yeah, there's a tree on my car.
For that kind of news, you don't need me. You need, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
My knee's getting a little bit of rest tonight, so that's good, I guess.
That was Jake from State Farm. Now, back to the studio. I always wanted to do that.
I'd still much rather be pushing it down in Disney with hanging out with my friends and having fun. I had a really good time this trip.
Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you.
You know,
Here in America. And we're committed to keeping our
always those first glances when you see people for the first time that you haven't seen for a while, and it's like awesome. The smiles that you have. I remember seeing Neil and his wife come walking up, and seeing Doug come flying up on a scooter, and seeing Jen down in the Springs come walking across, and so many others. Seeing Pink Pam looking over and looking to my left and seeing Pink Pam coming over to say hello, and Drew in the moment coming flying all the way over. Let's not do it in the summer though. Yeah, you're right, Jen. Remember, it was Clara Peller that said the memorable line for is that her name, Clara Peller? I remember. I can see her face. I wish I had that soundbite. That's a great one. Let's not. Yeah, I agree, Jen. It was hot. Yeah, Neil. Hopefully, we'll be back down. We're coming back down there in August for a couple days, and I'll be back down there with Preston and Jen and her mom in December, and it's going to be fun. Then I'll be back down with January. Jen and I are going to go work on some artists. We got some artists we want to talk to. I don't know who they are yet, but I know we got artists we want to talk to. Because there's people we haven't gotten yet that we want to talk with and line up. I did pick up another Disney Imagineer that reached out to me that's interested in being on our channel. I just saw that email a few minutes ago. So we are getting, the word is getting out a little bit that this is the place to come. And I hope it just continues to build our Disney community. And that's the key, our, O-U-R. Ground ball, base hit. Off the third baseman. Diaz gets another hit. This is our community.
This is what Yandy Diaz has been doing for quite a while here as a Ray. He hits a lot of ground balls. Those are one of the things when they traded for him, they thought they could maybe get him into hitting the ball in the air more. He's so big and strong, but he hits it hard on the ground. Rios makes another great effort, just kicks off the top.
If I lived down there, I'd still want to have a house with a hot tub. Could always have the pool, but you gotta have something out back here. Maybe an indoor enclosed one. That'd be kind of cool. Little spa room, if you will. So that when it's 900 degrees outside, you could put it at room temperature and still enjoy it. Pretty sure you can do that. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the third. Eflin getting smacked around a little bit here. Aranda, big swing and a miss. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Spa or a maybe like a sauna type room or something. I don't know.
Nature's best team went into that series on Wednesday.
With speakers, so you have music and or whatever else you want to listen to. That'd be kind of cool. I don't even have a house yet down there, but I'm building the outside of it in my mind.
And then next thing you know, you start falling behind and you get into hitters' counts. Zach is a guy who's very aggressive. You have to stay aggressive.
Ball down low, 3-1. Can't walk him here. Thank you, Neil. Yes, we do. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid team, Renser.
Pitches like that he lays off of.
Orioles looking to flip a double play. Well, that won't do it. That's a walk.
Base percentage just went up. It's the third highest in the American League. 4-11 into the night, and Aranda puts 2 Rays on with nobody out.
Yeah, I mean, what a revelation he has been for them this year. Put him in the middle of their order. Don't know that anybody saw that kind of production coming from him quite this early.
See the changeup usage down 9% today. It was tied for his most throw pitch against Detroit. It's had a hard time even getting to it.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. That's a nice pitch right there to Caminero. Caminero's 0 for 1 tonight.
He's thrown it more than any 4-start stretch in his career. Slugging against it is below 200. And chances to throw it against 4 lefties in this line.
Ground ball hit hard to third. 2nd for 1. Back to first. Double play. Runner goes to third.
Well, that's exactly what he did against Detroit. He got 8 ground balls in that game off of the changeup alone. And that is what he's going to have to use to keep himself in this game. Because obviously we know how this ballpark's playing. You see it right
Split
there.
finger.
It's a little bit like a split. It's not your typical circle type of change. And just enough downward movement on it to get that ball on the ground. And we mentioned it earlier. The Orioles have been so good at turning double plays this year.
2 outs. Mangum, who's 1 for 1, fouls it off. Mangum.
Came off of right-on-right changeups. Diaz in the first and now Caminero in the third.
Yeah, I love that pitch. It gives him something that runs down and in on the righty. That's not a pitch that right-handed hitters love, to be honest with you, the ball down and in.
Ball outside, 1-1.
Jake Mangum 1-1.
I think you're seeing that actually more and more around baseball now. These guys using changeup to the same side, pitcher and hitter, right on right, left on left.
That's nice of you to say, Neil. I appreciate that.
Well, for that reason alone, like especially right on right, we're seeing 2 guys tonight.
Eflin's got him 1-2 here in the third.
It's because you get that ball moving down under their hands, under the hands of a righty, which I said that's not a pitch.
Oh my God, Jen.
They want the ball more up in the zone, out over the plate. So I think it's a great pitch right on right. And lefty is just generally
Fouls it off. I can't even look at this guy right now.
Kind of the course of the game and the history of the game. But a good left on left changeup does the same thing because most left on left, you're looking for something soft away, hard in. And then when you throw that changeup that starts on the inside part of the plate, most left-handed hitters are thinking that's a fastball, and you get way out in front of it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Please get this guy out.
That was his least favorite pitch. Left on left changeup in because out of the hand, when you see the spin, it spins like a fastball. So immediately your mind goes fastball in, and you're way out in front.
Yeah, I looked over and saw Neil having a nice talk with Jacob. That was nice of Neil. When our, people come down that are new to the community and don't know as many people, it's nice. Ground ball over to third. Oh, God. Not going to get him. Infield hit, 3-0 Tampa Bay.
Mangum beats another infield single into the ground, and the Rays have scored in every inning.
That is 2 infield singles by Mangum that have cost the Orioles runs already. It's led off The second inning was one of those kind of choppers to Jackson Holiday who couldn't make the play, which led to two more a run in that inning. And then right here,
Very nicely said, Neil.
he just chops one down the third baseline. We've seen Urias make tons of great plays going.
He is a really good kid.
Kevin Cash said he's 100 miles per hour in everything he does, Jake Manga.
Ball down. Caballero up there now 0 for 1.
10 on stolen bases, so now Eflin's got to worry a little bit about that over at first base also.
I'm not even going to read that comment. Oh, my God.
This sweeper by Caballero.
The kid, look. 3-0. Losing the game.
Rays have had 3 base runners now.
Looks like they're going through and cleaning up trolls right now. YouTube is. Which is good. I don't want trolls anyway. I never liked the movie. I didn't like those characters. I don't like hillbilly trolls.
Even Yandy Diaz, as hard as he generally hits it, he wasn't smoked in the hole.
Runners, no, not going. Fakes it. And they didn't get the pitch because Rushman stood up.
Looked to catch a good chunk at his strike zone. Now they popped out. And Crotch will sometimes get messed with the plate umpire.
Neil, you're real close to getting timeout. You're real close to going in 10 seconds of timeout. That's strike 1 for you. Ground ball tapped over to short. Hendo's got it over to first. That's an out. The Rock has entered the building.
Notches on the scoreboard here. One run in each of the first 3.
Welcome into Plymouth Rock, everybody. You just never know when the Rock's going to show up.
It doesn't matter how you're doing.
There you go.
A Valencia orange makes a blue moon a blue moon.
Orioles got Rushman, Henderson, Westberg coming up. Going to see How You're Trained Your Dragon. It's a spring story. Is that a good movie? I don't know much about it.
The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Struck him out looking. That is a Gold Glove play. This ball is not coming back. Swing. Crushes it.
That was a moon shot.
Orioles got to start hitting. Do we even have a hit yet? We got 1 hit. That's it? 1 hit? Love of God.
When you're the best of friends, having so much fun together.
Got to get some hits. Hopefully it won't be a nap. Yeah.
The 4th inning of Orioles baseball.
All right, top of the 4th coming up here.
Toyota dealers. It's game on at Toyota. Visit your local Baltimore area Toyota dealer.
Yeah, I heard the Mets got swept.
Tampa, Florida on a Monday night. Rays and the Orioles opening their season series. Took until game 71.
Get up, ball. Get up, ball. Get back. Get back. Get back. There you go. Finally got one on the board. Rushman goes big fly. How about that, everybody? Birds are on the board. 3-1.
329. But look, this is what we know is going to happen in this ballpark sometimes. But also credit Adley, though. I mean, this was, yes, it's a short homer, but this is a ball up in the zone. He knows he's going to get a fastball up there at some point, and he gets on top of it enough to backspin this sucker out into right field, and maybe the wind got a little.
Line drive, base hit up the middle for Hendo.
We were talking
Neil started talking junk, and the Orioles got fired up.
Bouncing right back with one, and now getting another guy off with nobody out. So look how short the stride is. Look, when you're facing somebody who's got that kind of spin, I'm not sure if he put his head down because he thought he was out.
Yep, that was a fly ball home run for sure. Hey, at least they're playing, Walt. I don't know what the other alternatives were.
Just enough on that kind of pitch, and he got great backspin carry on it.
Strike right there to Westberg.
Your typical launch angle on a home run, somewhere around 30 degrees. Get the angle off the bat.
Ball inside, 1-1.
That was 49. I don't know. I genuinely do not know if I've ever seen a 49-degree launch angle.
Glad to assist, yeah. I mean, it goes both ways for the home runs, so it's not like it's just one-sided, you know what I mean?
You could get a really high short one.
Yep.
To left,
maybe just down the inside the piston hole too.
Yep. That's high though. That's up there.
Ah, crunch.
That's like you're trying to hit in a silo.
Ball outside.
3-1 to Westberg. I've heard the phrase home run in a silo often. Never has it been more applicable than right there. You know what? That's good karma for the Orioles after the low home run. 3-1 to Westberg. Ooh, spoke around the inside corner from Ryan Pepio.
You know, it's interesting when you and I were looking at some of Pepio's numbers and just trying to make some sense of certain things. One of the things that we noticed was a lot of, when you throw fastballs up there, you get some loud contact that goes way up high in the air.
Throw to first, runner's back.
100 miles an hour off the bat, but you clip it just underneath the bottom of the baseball, so you don't get enough of it for it to be a home run in most parts. So you get these loud, high fly balls that are out steep.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Westberg. Line drive foul.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because you can barrel that thing up at the top of the zone, but if you just clip under it enough, you get all that backspin that shoots it way up in the air. Sounds good off the bat, feels good off the bat, but you don't get that typical launch angle and carry. But here with the short porch, it still goes out.
3-2.
Ball outside. We'll take the walk. Runners at first and second for the Orioles.
In the fourth.
This is exactly what the Orioles needed, was an inning that makes Pepio work. He had not put a ton of work in the first couple innings. They were pretty smooth. 9 straight cruising. And then you get, a little cheap homer, which...
At least we're not at the Mets Stadium. That stadium's horrible. Mr. Met's there, running around, eating candy and chocolate. Mrs. Met rolling around out in the grass. Somebody took a bite out of the apple.
Nobody out for O'Hearn.
0-1. Strike 2 coming to O'Hearn.
49-degree launch angle is the highest launch angle on any major league home run since May 12th last year, when Lamont Wade Jr. did it for the Giants. O'Hearn over to second.
That's going to be a double play ball. 4-6-3. Wow. Yeah, I don't mind the offense, Neil. I kind of like a good mixed game. Make a pitcher earn it. I'm big into the pitching aspect.
Wow, that is great. That ball actually came up a little bit at the end. Watch this. He stays low, but then the ball comes up. Terrific little backhand flip to second. Nice turn by Caballero, but
that was a real nice double play.
By Josh. By Josh now at second base.
You love Mr. and Mrs. Met. You grew up with them.
Josh Lowe, Brandon Lau, they're brothers. I don't know what they are. They spell their name. They say it strangely.
Be happy Nathaniel Lowe's not here anymore.
Yeah, seriously. I think they did have ball at one time.
They did have
that was a real disaster.
They did have brothers Nathaniel and Josh here, and then they played against each other in the playoffs a couple of years ago.
Ball inside. There you go, Neil. That's just for you.
So going to your right, but then trying to get in front of it. So you're trying to get your glove square and not get it going sideways. And then that ball takes a little hop. So you have to feel the hop and then get it out quickly. He just did a terrific job. You want to start low and always come up with the hop and not start up. And then
that was an ugly swing.
What we saw there was he got his glove down as he was moving over. And as the ball came up, then he can easily bring the glove up. Where people get in trouble is they move side to side with their glove up. And that's when you get in trouble.
So you're saying low, we needed to start loud.
Please.
Oh, or wait, is it loud? Needed to start low? Who knows?
Ball upstairs, 2-2.
So what I do? Just write L-A-O for Brandon.
I do. I literally spelled it totally out of whack on my.
I'm not so sure about that, Rinser.
You got 3 more games. You'll be all right. 2-2 coming. Malone is away at changeup. Getting that one from third.
There were some more costume mascots, I think, before the Mets became a franchise. The Cincinnati Reds had a mascot a long time ago.
Great homestand overall. 5 for 16, doubled, homered twice, drove in 4.
You talking about the Mets' first costume?
2 shot in the first inning yesterday off Yusei Kikuchi. Orioles have back-to-back great offensive efforts against lefties. Tyler Anderson.
If you look back into the old Reds, they had a character that dressed up like a red stocking. Wasn't very good, but they did. Strike 3. Unbelievable.
The Orioles strand a runner at third, but they do bring in one. Up, very up, and away from Adley Rutschman.
Now, this is just what the O's needed. They needed to get on the board.
What's up, Phil Collins?
Rays did 3-1.
With low prices store-wide. Eat well for less at Whole Foods Market.
I use PayPal to buy this ticket.
Did begin with Mr. Met. You are correct, Rinser. The tradition in MLB mascot began with Mr. Met, introduced for the New York Mets when Shea Stadium opened in 1964. Although some mascots came and went over time, the popularity of mascots increased when the San Diego Chickens started independently making appearances at the San Diego Padres in '77. Interesting. I know the Reds had one. I guess it didn't qualify as a mascot then. Yeah, I'm in my studio, Phil. So I had to give it to him.
Birdland Hawaiian shirt is here. This year, fans have 2 chances to receive one of the most popular giveaways in Birdland. Be one of the first 15,000 fans on Tuesday, July 8th, or one of the first 20,000 fans on Saturday, July 12th, for your chance to get this season's Hawaiian shirt. Join in on the fun when Tropical Vibes meets Orioles baseball. Get your tickets and be sure to arrive.
Bottom of the 4th coming up.
Orioles.com/tickets.
Who's everybody's favorite mascot of all time? I mean, I'm a big Oriole bird fan, obviously, being a local guy.
Rangers 3-game series Monday through Wednesday at Oriole Park. Great seats available at Orioles.com/tickets. There are only great seats at Camden Yards for the O's. Coming off the 4-2 homestand. Zach Eflin and Danny Jansen here. It's a 3-1 game after the Rutschman home run. Trying to put up
Danny Jansen takes a strike, 1-1.
Has at least minimized damage with 8 hits and a walk against. Tampa Bay is stranded 4 and hit into 2 double plays. 1-1 to Jansen. 2 seamers inside.
Big red machine, Sparky Anderson. Yep.
Excellent. 3 runs or less. 7 of his 9 starts this year. 3 runs or less in all but 2 of his Orioles starts going back to last season. And that was a very splittery changeup for strike two.
Well, it's kind of like a high floater. Probably a decent chance we'd like to have back.
One hopper to third. Nice play by Arias.
Rios throws it out. Let's go downstairs to Rob Long.
Yes, gentlemen, even though the temperature may have dropped a little bit since the first pitch, even when there's a little breeze, it's a warm breeze. Very warm down the field. I think Zach after in between innings, not only discussing strategy with the coaches, man, changing the jersey. And B-Rob, you know, you're standing out there, and that jersey gets hot, it gets sweaty, and it gets heavy. If you're a field position player, it may not have the same effects on you as a pitcher with that extra weight on you. Looks like he got it off and got it to a fresh jersey. But it's even when the wind blows down here, guys, the breezes, they're warm breezes. I love it. But I'm not on the mound tonight.
You're on the mound tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
right?
it's going to be a
1-1 to Morel.
Wednesday is TBA, so
that's RLL for me. I'm not TBA. But Brad, you know how it is. But it gets these pitchers. They don't like that extra weight on them. And it looks like he changed his jerseys in between innings. And I think the offense did him a favor as well with that extended inning, giving him a rest.
Yeah, he was able to catch his breath a little bit.
Ground ball to short, backhand, over to first.
Trouble to his right off and on this year, but it's a great play. Moves nicely. Backhand, we know he's got plenty of arm strength from that hole. Makes a nice play. But yeah, Rob, you know, in Baltimore, even it gets very hot and sticky. We all know. And in the summer, most pitchers down in the tunnel. See right here, playing on the back foot. Really nice. He knows he's got plenty of time. Strong, accurate throw over. But they'll have multiple jerseys down in that tunnel. And some of them will go through 2, 3, 4 jerseys in a start. As position players, I never really used to change my jersey unless I was soaking wet, slid head first, and it just became like a muddy, sloppy mess. But a lot of the
Stanford's giant tree. Yeah, they do have that giant tree.
the Orioles took BP and Shaq flies as normal today. They may not do that again this series. Going as Silvino said before the game, he wanted one day to be as normal. First day here, get a sense for how the infield plays, get a sense for the outfield. But the O's are going to try to minimize their time in the elements the rest of this series. Josh Lowell out of play, 1-2. The Rays did not take batting practice on the field. They frequently will minimize their time as the home team as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
Kevin Cash has kind of always been a proponent of some of that stuff, and I think even more so now that they're outside down here. I think they go on the field rarely at this point almost.
Fouled off. 1-2. 2 outs.
I don't really enjoy hitting in a cage. So I always liked when maybe the manager would give you the option of either one. So you get out on the field and kind of get in the flow. But a lot of these guys don't mind it at all.
1-2 again.
2 from Zach.
God, he fouled it off again.
This is already the Rays' 44th home game. Major League Baseball tweaked the schedule to allow them to play more games here early in the year before the weather gets really, really hot, before the rains get harder. So this is home game number 44. By the end of this series, there'll be 47 home games, 28 road. In fact, this is a 7-game homestand. So the Rays will have 50 home games under their belts, 28 road games. And in the second half, they'll be living out of a suitcase.
It's going to be very
ball upstairs. 3-2.
It's not going to be easy. For one, you just have to play so many games on the road, but then you're so thrown off. You don't get to see your family. You don't get to sleep in your own bed. A lot of just the comforts are gone.
Whoa! Eflin just threw it to the backstop. What the heck that was? Mr. Mark Langenkamp. Hello, sir. Welcome in. Good evening.
This ball just flies out of the hand, right? It's like you can see him mess with his fingers right away.
And Scott Barringer, the Orioles head athletic trainer.
I'm going to go out and talk to him. If he's hurt, I'm going to flip a lid here. You may see me lose it.
Next is on 5.
If you could turn a fan on, it would be better. But this is one of the reasons why they switched and went to other baseballs a couple years ago to have better grip, because you remember when all the pitchers were kind of getting in trouble for using pine tar and sunscreen and rosin mixed together, any of these sorts of things. So that's why they went to this, to keep pitchers from having to do it. But when it's this hot and humid, it's tough.
He is listening on the mound right now. And that goes up.
Throw to first, throws it away. Runner gets to second.
So Eflin is just having a whale of a time gripping the ball, throwing it anywhere. His error allows Lowe to get to second.
Lowe goes to second base on the throwing error.
See right here, it wasn't a terrible throw. O'Hearn just couldn't quite get to it. See, Josh Lowe is a big man, but he can run a little bit. I will say this. That's twice.
Lightning has been detected in your area for Bay Lake, Florida. Fly ball deep left field. That's gone. 5-1.
That changeup was sent a mile away into the cabanas to the right of the batter's eye. A no-doubt shot in any ballpark. And a two-run homer extends the Rays' lead to 5-1.
Yeah, this was not a cheap one whatsoever. Brandon Lyle's been doing it for the Rays for quite a while. Hit 30-plus, 40-plus, actually a couple of years ago. I mean, he has some serious juice in that bat. You see the changeup grip, and this ball just
Dead center of the plate.
head right on it. And this is an absolute bomb to right center field. We had two homers tonight that would have been out of only one ballpark. We have one that would have been out of every ballpark.
Yeah, that might have tested the polo grounds walls. Most home runs by any major league second baseman this year.
Ground ball to short. Backhanded. They pick it up anyway and save the error, get the out.
Fine plays by Gunnar in this inning, but Rays get two more and lead by 4.
Since 1983.
I just got the alert. I'm still getting Florida alerts. So, all right, top of the fifth.
Keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on.
Where is what I'm looking for?
So you can get the car you want at the price you
Check out the Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug YouTube channel. Start your week right with Coffee Talk. Doug and Scallywag Steve for Disney news and what Disney YouTube creators are live for the day. Need a midweek pick-me-up? Hump Day Hangout is your go-to for hilarious banter, games, and the perfect escape from the workweek blues. And join Monorail Molly, Kelsey Elizabeth, and Doug for Shade Room Runway for the latest styles, fierce looks, and a runway show you won't want to miss. Whether you're looking for a laugh, a dose of inspiration, or just a good time, come check out the coolest YouTube channel out there, Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug.
Okay.
Hey everyone, this is Tina from
Are they
Team
close?
Maurice Plays on YouTube. On my channel,
Okay.
you'll find a variety of things from Disney to Harry Potter, crafting, and more. I do live streams every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I love when people pop into the chat because I built my channel on community, and I love making friends. So if you want to come hang out and have fun, come to my place. It's also yours. See you there.
This is Mama Mouse
And Kelly.
from Myers and the Mouse YouTube channel.
When we can't be in the parks, we listen to Magic of the Mouse Radio. When you can't be at Disney, you should come visit us on YouTube for Disney fun, Disney live streams,
And Disney shopping and DIY crafts.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
And Mondays at 12:30 Eastern Time. Keep Myers and the Mouse in your house. Have a magical day.
Gunnar, Colton, and Adley
All right, coming back in here.
off of one of the game's best, Zach Wheeler. 4 home runs, 8 runs off Wheeler, an 8-3 victory. Live the life you love. Don't let your feet get in the way. Visit goodfeet.com.
Orioles got to start swinging the bats with meaning.
Sunday matinee between Wheeler and Corbin Burns. The Orioles dominated and took the series from the Phillies last year.
Popped up third base. That's an out.
Zach Wheeler made a little news a couple of days ago, and he's found him in the Athletic. Wheeler said he is unequivocal when his contract expires at the end of 2027. He is done with baseball. That's what he told Matt Gelb of The Athletic. Wonderful piece about Zach and what he's like on and off the field.
Ball outside. 1-0 to Calzer up there. Where's my Calzer thing?
I encourage folks to read the rest of it. It's a really good look at Zach Wheeler, who's been one of the game's most underappreciated aces.
You are not insane when you look at him.
Oh, yeah. Lily was awesome.
It's just, and he does. Kind of flies under the radar.
Lily was awesome.
Part of what made
That was a lot of fun.
day so special.
Saw her a couple times there. Strike inside, 2-1.
Taking deep with 4 home runs in that game, the most Zach Wheeler's allowed in any game in his career. 273 games, all starts, never allowed a 4 home run game. Besides that one.
Strike 2-2. Pepio's throwing chocolate darts right now. He's just feeling it. The Orioles are making him feel it stronger each time.
Now you got to try to come back and put some more on the board just to get some of that momentum back on the Orioles side right here. Now it's Pepio's turn to try to have a shutdown inning.
Debbie doing double duty. Thank you, Debbie.
6 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2.
Debbie Bernfeld, a huge asset to our channel.
3 runs or less this year. 13 of 14 starts. He's got 5 2/3 or more in 7 straight starts, and his pitch count is very low right now.
Line drive, foul. Calzer goes into the Orioles bullpen.
Pepio's swing and miss rates actually way down this year, but he's thrown by far more pitches in the strike zone than ever. 54% of his pitches have been in the strike zone. His previous career high was 49. It's a huge difference maker for a guy who has that great fastball changeup combo and has really let it work this year to left and right.
Oh, God, he swung at a ball in the dirt. Strike 3. Jonathan Pierce, hello. Hello, I just started watching today. I'd like to subscribe. Well, thank you, Jonathan Pierce.
And you get one this good, and it's really tough when you've been struggling a little bit against a pitch, and then you get somebody who's got a dominant one.
Ball in the dirt, diving down.
Calzer swinging over the top, out in front. It is a tough pitch to lay off of, and that's why I said in some ways at some point, especially maybe if you're Colton Calzer at least, you've got to just sit on one and just hope he gets one up in the zone. Dylan Carlson took a really good swing on one his first at bat. Got one up a little bit. Was able to shoot it through that 6-hole.
Dylan Carlson up for the O's now here in the 5th.
49% strikes is not very good, in general. And it's crazy that was where he was living with his strike percentage before this year. But when you come to the Rays, the one thing they will pound into your head is that you better pound the strike zone. And it's one of the reasons they've had so much success with their pitching staffs.
Strike again at 95. This kid is pounding the zone. I am, Jonathan. I am.
The first pitch swing rate against the Rays. It's the 4th highest in the majors.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, another one. Strike 3. Good Lord.
Hey, it's Mr. Krabs. Hi, Mr. Krabs.
I'm getting crabby right now watching the Orioles. 5-1 going to the bottom of 5. Birds just not swinging the bat well tonight.
This is the new Dell.
Heck, they're not even swinging the bat well at all.
A PC so ahead of its time, it actually
Got to give some credit to Papillon. Aranda, Caminero, Mangum. Mangum is coming up.
So you can get busy doing things you actually want to do. And who wouldn't want more time for that?
Mangum. Neil went to a party and was covered in mangum. That's using it in a sentence like a spelling bee.
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC?
We actually sold the Twins naming rights.
Like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive.
Neil will be smoking that trombone in December. Can't wait for that. I enjoy listening.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
or stress. The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
This MLB season, FanDuel Stinger Tuesday makes the big bets come to life.
Oh,
Because every Tuesday, all customers get a profit boost so you can take your winnings to new heights when you bet on.
everybody knows what man gum is. It's that rock hard bubble gum you get when you buy a pack of baseball cards at the hobby store that is 15 years old, and you get that rock hard piece of gum out of the baseball pack that'll break your teeth. That's man gum right there.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. DJ Kitty winning the mascot race here. Whoever's in the DJ Kitty top.
That's the greatest bubble gum when you get that out of that card. As long as it didn't stain the card, you know.
Hazard thing, maybe. Should be getting an idea of vibration. Oh my gosh. Hope there's a fan inside the.
Line drive, rip, base hit, Aranda. Well, Jonathan, I can't say anything about that until that's proven legitimately. Rincer says you chew it anyway. You're right. You do chew it anyway. Very true. I'm going to try this gum from 1987. Caminero up there. He's 0 for 2 and grounded into a double play once. Go try to get him to do it again. That's not happening. That ball's ripped into the corner. That's extra bases. They're going to hold the runner. Second and third, nobody out.
2 pitches, 2 more hits.
2 pitches, 2 more hits. The Rays have got double-digit hits tonight. Again, center in the middle of the daggone plate. So frustrating. You can't throw middle in the major leagues. Spin rotation is not hard. And he's leaving his location stinks. Work the corners. Work the top and bottom of the zone. Oh, boy, that's another run. Down into the corner again. It's going to be another double. 2 runs in. Mangum is on second base. 7-1 Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, look, they know Zach Eflin. I mean, he was a Tampa Bay Ray for a while. They know that he's going to pound the strike zone. He's going to throw a lot of strikes, and they have been ready. They've been aggressive. Right here, another breaky ball, just kind of off and out over the plate. Mangum,
Yeah, they do, Rincer.
stays on it, drives the ball down the left field line. 2 RBIs, and this game is almost starting to get out of hand already. But Rays came out swinging, and they haven't missed a whole lot of pitches when they've gotten the opportunity.
12 hits are now tied for the most against any Orioles starter this year. Cade Povich, 12 in a game in Kansas City.
Hello, Patty Nielsen. Yes, they are. Welcome in.
The Rays' slash line is decidedly average, a 15th in average, a 15th in slugging, 17th on base. Right? When they get runners on, they just wear you out. 3rd best OPS in the league with runners in scoring position. And they're 4 for 7.
Strike right there to start off Caballero. He's 0 for 2 tonight. We don't even have it out in the inning yet.
That one has just caught too much of the plate too often tonight. That ball was center right there. First pitch. I think Caballero wishes he had it back.
Ground ball tap to the pitcher. That'll get an out, but move the run over.
That was that good changeup. We just haven't seen him use it, I think, quite as much as he did against the Tigers.
Hey, Miss Patty Nielsen, thank you very much. Patty Nielsen hitting us up with a $15 holler, holler, everybody. Thank you. So, Patty, you're always so nice to us. Thank you.
Zach is not a strikeout guy. Typically, he has not been tonight. Struck out Caminero to end the first.
7-1 here.
Strikeout, 2 walks. Other than that, everything in play. Cano was throwing up. Gregory Soto is getting heated up.
Ball outside, 1-1.
They did add Colin Selby. Place Cade Povich on the IL with some minor.
Wow, Cade Povich is hurt now. Popped up. That might be playable for an out. 2 outs in the inning. Fouled out of play, but got it. On the dirt. Not out of play. Foul ball, foul territory. That's an out.
Out on the outside part of the plate, outside corner, or maybe off, and that's how Zach Eflin has been so effective over the last couple of years. He doesn't strike a lot of guys out, like you said, but he certainly doesn't walk anybody either. He likes to keep the ball off the barrel, work the edges. Tonight, just a few too many pitches over the heart of the plate.
Christopher Morel had a bunt base hit in the game.
Swing and a miss by Morel. 2 outs now in the inning.
Has not been able to have full command of tonight. The last couple of he's thrown have been very good.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. I hope so, Patty. It would be nice.
I mean, even that one was supposed to be on the outside corner, and that ball ran way back on the inside part of the plate. You can see he just maybe doesn't have his perfect command. Like he would tell you, he probably doesn't have his best feel of the season so far.
1-2, balls outside. 74 pitches in for Eflin. 7 runs. Giving up 1 run almost every 10 pitches. Ball upstairs.
It feels a little like Zach Eflin is the crash test dummy thrown out into the first game here in the Cyberner Field for the Orioles in June. Maybe the next couple of starters will at least spend a day or more here on the mound.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll get him out of the inning. We're going to the 6th. My word.
Disney fans, night owls, and midnight wanderers alike, do not miss Disney Insomniacs. Our late night broadcast proves that magic doesn't stop just because the sun goes down. Every Sunday and Wednesday, we bring you the ultimate dose of Disney After Dark, with surprises, stories, and a touch of late night magic that only Disney fans can deliver. Our fan favorite segment, Two Truths and a Lie, is a fully interactive stream contest. Each week, a new guest joins on screen to stump the chat. Will you be stumped or win prizes? You gotta watch to answer that question. Don't miss an episode right here on The Pete McDevitt Show.
Hi there, my name is Allie from Cinder Allie Loves Disney. On my channel, I share Disney pins, items from my collection. I do unboxings, movie reviews, Disney park vlogs, and more. We have so much fun. Be sure and stop by and say hi. Let me know you heard about me from the Pete McDevitt Show. And as always, make it a Disney day.
But with TikTok's privacy settings fee.
All right.
For teens under 6.
Top of the 6th, Holiday, Rushman, Henderson. Good part of the lineup. Don't know what the O's can do here tonight.
One less thing to worry about.
So, Dad, how old do you have to be to get a tattoo?
Teen safety settings on by default.
In-market fans can watch the Orioles with no cable subscription or contract required on Massive Plus. Stream it on your iOS and Android mobile devices, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and now through MLB.tv. Just $64.99 for season pass. And you'll reduce best value. MassivSports.com and subscribe today. It's the pitch of Orioles baseball. 6th inning at Tampa.
6 innings, Tampa. The Birds got to get something going here.
8 strikeouts, hitting 3 of the last 4. Third time through.
Got to get something going.
Henderson. Ball boy is coming down the left field line. The ball man is coming down the left field line. I'm sure maybe something got loose there. Slider 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike here in 6. Fouls that one off. 1 and 2.
At least 5 2/3 innings. It'd be an 8th straight start. A new world in Tampa Bay Rays starting pitching this year. The days of the opener are at the moment behind them.
Fouls that off 1 and 2. That was cheese at 96.
Other than that, the Rays have used the same 5 pitchers every turn through the rotation.
Yes, the Angels, I think, were the same way. That's got to be the only 2 in Major League Baseball. You would think they'd have used the same 5.
Holiday fouls another one off.
Last outing, 5 2/3 struck out 9, 6 of them on the 4-seamer. Tonight he has 8 strikeouts, 5 of them on the fastball, the 4-seamer. So he is filling up the zone. He is exactly kind of what Kyle Snyder right there, their Rays pitching coach, who was my college roommate and one of the guys at my wedding. He preaches.
Ball outside, 2 and 2.
Strike one, strike one, strike one. He's done a phenomenal job with his Rays staff over the last, I don't remember how long he's been here now, about 8 years, I believe. Took over for Jim Hickey, who also did a great job. But they know what they're doing, and there's that terrific changeup. So you have to respect the fastball at the top of the zone at 95 with high.
1 away.
And then you have to protect against that as well. And as a hitter, that is just such a deadly combination. And look at the spin. It even though it's spinning sideways, to some degree, it still looks like a 4-seam spin coming out of the hand because it's got that same rotation to it. Just so difficult to defend against those 2 pitches.
First pitch comes in. Rushman, that's a strike.
There's a lot I want to get to after what you just said. I don't want to gloss over, though, that Kyle Snyder was in your wedding.
Yeah. Yep. I was in his wedding.
How was he as a group?
0 and 2.
Very tall. He's tall.
Did you try to
I couldn't make
all the way to the side?
Yes, I could not stand beside him because they would have been like, "Oh, look, Kyle's son is getting married today." His 12-year-old son. So Kyle's 6'8". When he came to North Carolina to play with me, my dad recruited him there. He was 6'8", 181 pounds when he showed up in Carolina. But he was the number 7 pick in the draft overall in 1999. Terrific pitcher. Had some arm injuries, but won a World Series with the Red Sox in 2007. But he is a brilliant pitching mind and has done a phenomenal job with this staff and this organization when it comes to pitching.
Ball upstairs, 2 and 2.
You know him so well. What makes him such a successful coach?
Well, for one, I will say this, what we all know. Coaching, managing is first and foremost, how do you manage people? And he's such a great people person, that manager of people, that he gets the choice.
Rushman pops it up behind second.
And to me, that is a massive.
Second out of the inning.
First and foremost, that they trade for a lot of guys. You know, they bring a lot of guys in here from trades, and they're trying to reshape them. They're trying to take what they have seen in another organization and their reports and then make them better, which they have done an incredible job doing. But in order to do that, you have to gain.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to say, look, I'm in this for your best interest. I want to make you the best version of you I can. And Kyle's has a great ability to do that. And then they take all the information and they're able to, I think, input it as well as any organization in Major League Baseball. So, you know, I think those 2 things are what make him so good at what he does.
And if you're pitching coach of the Rays, he's been the guy pretty much all of Kevin Cash's tenure. Led the Rays to one of the best records.
1 and 1.
In their tenure, World Series in 2020.
Ground ball hit hard to second. That's going to end the inning. What do we got tonight? 3 hits the whole night. Middle of the 6th. And we will be right back here in just a minute.
Double plays.
Yeah, they need some kind of talk, that's for sure. Yeah, I love that Major League movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
Let's repeat it if it works. Two good change-ups by Zach Eflin to get the ground ball. Double plays when he needed them. Just could have used a couple more of those at times when all those Rays runners on base. But the Orioles have been excellent playing defense, turning those double plays.
12 hits against Zach Eflin, 7 earned in 5 innings. He walked, struck out 2 each. 12 hits, a career high against. And Zach's night is over.
Hello, Susan Silva. Welcome in. Yes, we did.
Gregory Soto.
Soto comes in to pitch now.
Rollau and Diaz. Soto pitching for the first time in 3 days. Starts with a 97-mile-per-hour sinker and strike.
Yeah, Soto's been very good, especially good as of late. 24 and 2/3. You see, man, this Orioles bullpen, they can strike some guys out. 10.2 per
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
What they've been so good at. Gregory Soto over his last few outings, 14 outings.
Well, welcome in, Miss Susan.
ERA. So this Orioles bullpen is rolling right now.
Soto's very quietly put together a really, really great stretch. Slider down and away. That's
Slider down and away, 1 and 2.
Career low walk rate right now in his 7th big league season. Gregory Soto. He's only allowed 2 balls that.
Here you go. Just for you, Ryan.
Hold it. Well, you may run like me.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot there's cussing in that one. Can't play that one for you. Still a great movie. Can't play that one.
He's had a pretty good night so far, but that was not one of his favorite ABs, I don't think.
1 out here for Soto.
A couple of things Soto's done well this year. Mentioned the career low walk rate. It's also induced more chases than ever in his career. The highest chase rate. Batters go outside the zone against him. Yeah, that's a terrific picking ball. That one, a little bit more of a sweeping slider.
Close call, yes, Debbie.
Down a little bit even more, but what makes him so effective is that pitch, then he can bury the hard one. And then his sinker, I mean, as a left-handed hitter, it's coming at you. They are slugging 310 on the sinker. So, I mean, what are you going to pick? You want to attack the sinker down under your hands as a lefty, or are you going to try and stay on that slider?
Locust just absolutely buried.
Strike 3, he just blew it right by him.
That was rather uncompetitive. The guy who just hit a 426-foot home run looked like he was playing in the under 12 league against a 35.
Sure, that is just no there. That ball nowhere, ends up nowhere even near the plate. The ball's a couple inches into the right-handed batter's box, and as we know, Brandon Lyle's a terrific hitter, as you mentioned, and so is Josh Lowe, but they just look like fools right there.
Another first pitch strike. 7 out of 9 strikes here. Yandy Diaz, the base hit, 3 at bats. He's had at least one run every inning against Eflin.
2 outs here in the inning.
Quiet the waters at least for a few batters. He could be a real important part of this series with Lowe and Lau and Blonda all at the top of the lineup.
Fouls straight back, 1-2.
So much success in the last, 15 to 20 games has been the starting pitching has kept them in the game. Obviously, the runs per game offensively have gone up, but man, when you can get to this bullpen, the back end of this Orioles bullpen, you're going to win a lot of games if you're close. You're within a run. You're winning by one, down by one.
Foul ball.
It's in these sorts of games that happen some early on where you put up some runs and then you give up too many, and then you kind of have to just feel like you're battling back all the time, but that gets tough.
Back to May 24th, last 21 games, the Orioles' third best bullpen in Major League Baseball, 191 ERA.
Oh, he hit him on a toe. Son of a monkeys.
Slider that got away, and the Rays get a two-out base runner. Second batter, Gregory Soto has hit this year. Here's Aranda, doubled, walked, and singled.
All right, Aranda's had a good night. 2 for 2 with a walk. Ace to 1. What's up? Does that count for fantasy points? In most leagues, no. In some leagues, they do have it set up where you get some small percentage points for that. I don't know without looking at your rules. Majority of them, I say no.
Rays are quite a bit better against right-handed pitching than lefties as well. The Orioles may throw a lefty at them on Wednesday. Could be Trevor Rogers, still TBA. Tony Mansolino didn't tip his hand with his words today.
Ball outside, 2-1.
Scott, when he was asked if Trevor Rogers was an option for Wednesday. Kate Povich, the Orioles' other lefty starter, is on the IL, as you mentioned. Hip inflammation. They don't think it's a major injury.
Strike on the corner, 2-2.
That's what he can do to get himself back into the count on a 2-1 pitch. Now it opens up the fastball or that slider down and away. See Colin Selby just recalled. Loose out of the Orioles bullpen.
'18th pitch of the inning, Soto, powerful Aranda.
Got him. Strike 3. Going to the 7th inning.
Flashed some filth from the left side.
Oh, have I missed anything yet? Let me see. We'll go here.
People will come, and they'll watch the game. And it'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, is a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again.
Make it major.
This is the moment. Make it major. Major work for major reward.
Major style and major substance.
Francisco Lindor knocks in 4. All rise.
Major swings.
What a grab by Acuna.
Flow grande. And major fun.
Tatis delivers the electricity. Mike Trout, a legend, soon to be. Set major records.
Make major change.
break major boundaries.
First female GM in history.
And made you people proud.
Make everyone remember why they love this game.
I do love that commercial.
Jackson Holiday's second for Orioles second baseman, just behind Gleyber Torres, just ahead of Jose Altuve. Two guys who have certainly put in all-star caliber seasons. And great to see that update with Ryan O'Hearn.
Westberg up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Gets knocked down, but he's going to be there. Leading off the seventh.
He has not played phenomenal defense all year. This play probably should not have been that difficult, but he just couldn't get it to go in his glove. He ranges over there. I mean, that ball is not even a short hop. He just kind of whiffs. It's right off the heel of his glove. Orioles will take a base runner any way they can get him and see if they can get a little momentum going.
Wow, 6 there.
O'Hearn pops up short left field. Going to be an out. I thought that might fall in. I was wrong.
Because the guy who was leading American League designated hitters is now in action. That's Rafael Devers, who was traded yesterday while we were on the flight. Everybody's phone started lighting up on the plane. We didn't think this was real. I imagine a lot of you at home were checking to make sure it was a real Twitter account. Robert Murray of Fansided reporting the Rafael Devers trade from the Red Sox to the Giants. Saw the return there. Kyle Harrison, Jordan Hicks, and a couple of other minor leaguers. A seismic trade, truly out of nowhere trade that could alter the baseball landscape this year. Your reactions, B-Rod, now that we've had about 24 hours to sit with.
Ball down low, 1-1.
Francisco John.
Well, I was not on the team plane. I was flew home Southwest on my own to Sarasota, and it came up on my phone, and my jaw literally hit the floor. I mean,
Well, there you go. Welcome in, David T.
I just don't see that kind of trade very often. My initial reaction is, wow on both sides.
Ground ball tapped over to third. Second for one, double play. Wow. They end the inning, middle of the seventh. Good Lord. That's just frustrating. All right, here we go. Bottom of the seventh.
It's how we treat people. Selby in after a near spotless inning from Gregory Soto. Hit a batter, struck out 3. Selby back with a team today.
First pitch, Selby throws the ball. Look good.
Selby out there with the Orioles down.
Colin Selby, the new Orioles pitcher.
Fourth appearance with the Orioles so far this year. Another reliever coming in that has some really high strikeout rates.
Ground ball, base hit to left.
Caminero stays right on. Going through the 6 hole for a base hit.
2 for 4 game for Junior Caminero. So before we went to break, we were talking about the Rafael Devers trade, and I want to get your thoughts on the deal that sent him to San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and necessarily break down the talent exchange because I don't know, enough from the back end of what all of these GMs see to say, oh, this is a fair trade, this isn't a fair trade. What I will say is that it doesn't surprise me because the last thing that a team wants is a disgruntled superstar, right?
Swing and a miss by Mangum.
More than the person who is supposed to be the leader of that clubhouse not being on the same page with the entire organization. How do you tell an organization when they gave you 10 years, $310 million, that, no, I think I'm good, I'm not going to play first base, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that? What example does that set to everybody else in that organization? To all the young guys, they have some young studs that just came up in that organization. You are not setting a good example at all. And I think that was, to me, I'm not even sure that the Red Sox care if they win or lose that trade in the end. I think they just wanted to get rid of the whole aura of what was going on. And I also believe that paying somebody 10 years, $300+ million as a DH is a terrible idea. So I think in the end, they realized, I don't know that I love this deal, and let's just try to get out of it. We have a great out right now because people in the fan base will understand, hey, he's not on the same page as us, so we got to move on. That's how I see it. I don't know who will win that trade in the end. You never know. But he will hit, there's no doubt about it, for the next 5 or 6 years.
Ground ball foul again for Mangum.
Everything you say there is spot on. Very thoughtful. And the Giants would be thrilled because this guy gets flat. Now, those are the career numbers: 349 on base, 510 slugging. This year he's got a 905 OPS. It's the best OPS in his career right now. It's the best OPS plus of his career right now after a very tough start to the year. I mean, he is just crushing baseballs. He's played every game. So despite the disgruntled nature of the season, he has hosted. He has hit for the Sox.
Strike 3 right there. Got him on the corner. Nice pitch right there. We will take it. We will take it.
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Decided we're not going to pay Mookie Betts, and they traded to the Dodgers, and then the Red Sox see Mookie Betts win the World Series with the Dodgers. That's the franchise guy. That's the guy's been such a leader in LA and was in Boston. That's the guy who the antithesis of
Strike 1 right there to Caballero. He's 0 for 3 tonight.
Bogarts go, which has turned out, by the way, not to be a bad move. But it felt like they were almost publicly shamed into signing Devers. And the guy can flat out hit it. It may not be a bad deal, even at $313 million, because of how much he hits, but it felt like they took so much heat, rightfully so for Betts, and then for Bogarts not re-signing players, that they just had to lock up somebody. So now...
Check swing. Did he go? Strike 3. 2 outs in the inning.
Which is a crazy thing to say maybe about a guy who's got a 905 OPS, but it feels like they believe they were underwater, and right or wrong, that they think they had to get out of that boat as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I think you're spot on as well as we see Colin Selby with back-to-back strikeouts. Another good knuckle curve in the dirt. I'm with you 1,000%. They butchered that whole thing when it came to...
Swing and a miss by Jansen. That's a big cut right there.
Obviously does everything. The Xander Bogaerts doesn't surprise me. I think he was aided massively by that wall in Fenway Park. I don't think he was all that great defensively, and it wasn't going to age well. So then they got suckered into the kind of the
Patty.
this deal that they
Line drive foul.
I'll be honest, that deal kind of blew me away.
He's actually not bad.
10 years for 313.
Yes, which it's still mind blowing to me. But this is an organization.
But there's a little bit of actual air time. You're sure? You're right.
I think they like the way Bregman plays more than they like the way Devers plays. And they have to. What is the other shocking part to me is that Buster Posey, the amount of money he is spending out in San Francisco is incredible.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Take a seat over there. End of the seventh. I got a couple more minutes left in me. I got to go work on some stuff for the meetup here. Or at least I want to work on some of the stuff for the meetup here.
Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time Motor Trend Truck of the Year winner.
Right now, get employee pricing plus current FCA lessees can finance.
I'm not used to sitting in this chair again. I got so used to being in the park and moving and doing everything. This is weird. Oh, he's definitely avoiding dead air. It's not dead air if you know how to use it. Ray, hello. Welcome in. I hear you, Ray. Got to do what you got to do, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you. My Orioles are not hitting tonight at all.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. What can this ball teach us about the way things move? Well, right now, millions of kids go to schools that don't have the supplies they need just because of where they live. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students.
He's live streaming his host thoughts. That's a great line. That is a great line.
The moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow. Learn more at donorschoose.org.
They're really pushing this Hawaiian shirt. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, it's nice. You know, it's bittersweet. I really enjoyed the time down there with Preston. Really enjoyed the time down there with seeing friends. You know, that's been really good. Bittersweet. Glad to be back, but really miss it. There's a lot of people down there at that Oriole game wearing Orioles gear.
Still facing Ryan Pepio. A scant 86 pitches through 7 innings.
Pepio in there.
Through career high pitches.
Pepio.
Boston 108. And he's now tied a career high in innings. It's his third 7-inning start.
You enjoyed the traveling streams too? I might be doing one of those coming up because Preston's got baseball. And Preston and I are traveling to Milwaukee to see the Milwaukee Brewers play the Dodgers. So we might have a traveling stream there. What's up, Ricky? Welcome in. Popped up. There's an out. One away.
It's just been so sharp tonight. I mean, the changeup has been outstanding to the lefties. You see innings per start, the Rays first 5.7 per start. Last year, not great. Year before, not great. 22 last. You know, the odd part is, the crazy part about that is that
ball inside.
Pitching staffs in those years as a whole, their numbers were still great. So it's a little funky because of how they do things pitching was. And some of that was 100% because of openers. You know, you use an opener, your starter numbers, innings per pitch.
Strike right there.
So I don't know that you can take that exactly the way it is, but Pepio has just been dialed in. I mean, the slider has been good. That's what just got jammed in on Cedric Mullins the last 2 at-bats. He's gotten Calder a couple times on that changeup. I mean, he's just been dialed in.
Probably good for both organizations, Ricky.
2 Ks for Colton.
I would think.
Slider. Again, he didn't throw much. He's throwing well tonight. The cutter has been used a little more. Yes, there were reasons for us to take starters in a ball games. We do that, but they're making it pretty.
Definitely think it is probably.
Pretty efficient. This has been some amazing efficiency for Pepio.
Only threw 6 pitches in the 7th, which saved him big time. Nice.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
You know, and the pitch before was the cutter in on the hands, the cows are like kind of half swung at because you're expecting the changeup, and that is just filthy. You know, then you have been tied up by the cutter on the pitch before. It's almost like he's got topspin going on that pitch. That's the way it's spinning. It's crazy.
We season high 10 strikeouts. Ryan Nepio.
Ball down low to Carlson. Still gets the call. 0-1. Hello, Dave's Disney Dreams. Welcome in.
First pitch strikes. Third time through the order, the Orioles were 0 for 8. Carlson puts
Fly ball popped up, foul, and out of play.
He is really, you can see he is starting to feel it. It's almost like he's starting to sniff something that feels pretty good. Maybe possibly a CG if he can keep his pitch count down. I'd love to let him go back out there depending on because of how many pitches he threw in his last outing.
Fan got a foul ball, and she's with somebody who's been wearing shrimp neck pillow. It's a shrimp neck pillow right there. He should be.
This guy's got a shrimp neck pillow.
Flipping the camera around to take a selfie. Taken by Carlson, 2-2. Dylan's got one of 3 Orioles hits. They came in a 4-batter span between the 3rd and the 4th. Westberg.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Double play against O'Hearn, a strikeout of Arias, and no one's reached safely since the
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Masterpiece tonight. 98 pitches, and who knows if he's done.
You know what they say about summer. The days are longer, the nights are warmer, and the lemonades are perfectly.
Bottom of the inning coming up.
And a delicious cold foam on top. What? Just me? Try our sweet top lemonades in 3 delicious flavors. Live free, eat sign.
To my son, I've never been the cool dad. I always want to know what he's up to online. But with TikTok's privacy settings being on by default for teens under 16, the accounts are set to private. He cannot send.
Bottom of the inning coming up.
His friends can comment. So he can post away, and I've got one less thing to worry about.
So, Dad, how old do you have to be to get a tattoo?
Teen safety settings on by default.
People don't really realize how much of an impact the feet have on the rest of the body. A lot of times people with knee pain, there's really nothing going on with their knee. The issue is actually stemming from the foot. So now we're predisposed to hip pain, low back pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that when the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy. You're going to feel better, and you're not going to have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
Bottom of the 8th coming up. Morel, Lau, and Low.
Test drive the new Hyundai today. Only your local Hyundai dealer. The highest launch angle home run in the majors this season. Adley Rutschman for the short board.
That's the only run the Orioles got.
There are a lot of NFL punters that would love to have that kind of hang time. That ball was up there a long time, but a great piece of hitting by Adley.
That was up there for 6.5 seconds.
Oh yeah, you could cover some good kicks on that.
Oh yeah.
Swing and a miss. That's a strike. 1-1.
Christopher Morel.
He's thrown it well. The breaking ball has been very sharp tonight. 2 strikeouts on it. Last half inning.
We are across the street from the NFL Stadium here at Raymond James Stadium where the Bucks play. It's a Buccaneer worthy punt of a home run out to right, as was Josh Lowe's in the first.
Oh, boy, that's going to bang into the corner for a double. Off the wall, out of the park. Ground rule double, bouncing out.
Out of the 9th spot for Christopher Morel.
Christopher Morel hitting the 9th spot with double hits.
TJ gets a four-seamer, just kind of middle. Able to get the bat head out. Nice line drive and the duck bounces out. Just seems like just feels like there's been a lot of pitches over the middle of the plate tonight from the Orioles staff. And the Rays have done a very good job of taking advantage of it.
Ball down low.
Game here, the 7-game road trip for the Orioles. They go to the Bronx after this. Yankees right now are batting in the bottom of the ninth in a scoreless game against the Angels. Carlos Stanton's season debut for the Yankees tonight. So the Orioles should see him.
Ball down low, 2-0.
Strange injury, wasn't it? Double elbow pain?
Double elbow pain. Looks like Ryan Pipio's thing might be done. Forrest Whitley up in the bullpen.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Most anticipated season debut tonight. The most anticipated is Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher. He is starting on the mound for the Dodgers today. That game is going to start in about 2 minutes. The Dodgers and the San Diego Padres from Los Angeles.
Is he hitting, too?
He is leading off.
Oh, swing and a miss.
That's the DH. So he is pitching.
Strike 3.
For the first time in 2 years. Selby gets a fourth strikeout in relief. There you have it. Shohei Ohtani. Career 3.01 ERA. 11.5 strikeouts per 9. And last year, the first 50-50 player in Major League history. He'll be a two-way player again. He's expected maybe to just go an inning. He's more of the opener tonight. Obviously, you can't send him out on a rehab assignment without him actually missing time as the DH. But he will be on the mound tonight for the first time.
Wow, Shohei Ohtani's going to pitch, huh?
That he does that doesn't set a new precedent for like everything in this game? Has there ever been another pitcher come back from Tommy John with
Ground ball over to first. Nice play by O'Hearn. That'll get the out. 2 outs.
We do all sorts of nonsense that nobody's ever done before. And now we're just going to come back from TJ and just straight to the big league.
Just for fun. Second TJ too.
It's crazy. This is a nice play right here by Ryan O'Hearn. We've heard, he's voted in right now as the leading vote getter at DH, and everybody's been joking. He's not even a DH. He plays all over the place. But this is the
2 outs here in the inning.
He can pick it at first. He can play a very good right field. He has been so valuable to this Orioles team, and I love the fact that he's leading the All-Star game voting over there at DH. I mean, what an amazing accomplishment, and what an awesome thing for him to experience if it would work out.
We may have just talked about the 2 starting DHs in the All-Star game. The leading vote getters, Ohtani and O'Hearn.
Swing and miss, strike 2. The Diaz on a big curveball.
I was the opposite DH of Shohei in the All-Star game. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Top of the 9th coming up.
2 scoreless innings. His last chance at the bats coming up.
Top of the 9th. Thank you to Debbie Bernfeld. We're doing 99% of the moderating in here tonight. Appreciate you. Thank you to all the members of the channel for doing what you do and supporting the channel. Thank you to Patty for supporting the channel with a super chat tonight. Very nice of you.
This ball is not coming back. Swing.
Trying to check out the stats over here.
Orioles, Yankees. The series starts June 20th at 6:30 on Massive.
My husband is a veteran, and he was injured in the line of duty.
It happened while I was deployed to Iraq.
And I
Thank you, everybody watching tonight, Ninja or not. We appreciate you.
who's going to take care of my wife and daughter?
We took care of each other with a lot of help from DAV.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Jason get the life-changing support and benefits they've earned.
My victory is knowing my disability doesn't define me.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Birdland Rhino, Hearn, and Jackson Holiday, and the rest of the Orioles need your vote. The 2025 All-Star Game is right around the corner. You can vote for your favorite Orioles.
All right, let's see what the Orioles can do here in their last at bat.
Orioles.com/vote and cast yours today. Top of the ninth inning, the Rays will not let Ryan Pepio try to complete this game. They bring in Forrest Whitley for his Tampa Bay debut.
Yeah, just acquired Houston Astros for cash 5 games at the Major League level.
Forrest Whitley will be your pitcher record for the Rays right now. Forrest Whitley. Hello, Miss Thibodeau. The Incredidos have been in here tonight. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Kyle Snyder-esque. Right-hander. He does. 6'7" Whitley. Hard cutter inside.
Cutter inside. 1-1.
Probably the best start of Ryan Pepio's big league career. Career high 8 innings and one shy of career high with those 11 strikeouts.
He was pretty electric tonight with everything. The fastball up in the zone.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Holiday. Looks like he's trying to jack everything right now again.
Changeup was just devastating. I thought the Orioles might get a little something going there in that 4th inning. And the homer by Adley, back-to-back base runners, and then he got a big ground ball double play to get out of it. The Orioles just couldn't get anything else going after that.
Holiday goes the other way, down into the corner. Foul.
How did Ryan Pepio do it tonight? Did it with a great changeup and an elevated four-seamer. Plus, 5 outs on a really tight slider.
Yeah, that's what, it's interesting a lot nowadays. You see that yellow slider.
Pepio had a great night.
Down and into lefties, down and away. But a lot of guys, especially like Pepio, who have high spin up top, they are throwing that slider more up in the zone. It's more of a horizontal.
Ball upstairs, 2-2.
It's really interesting. And you know who else actually kind of did it with Anaheim was Kikuchi is kind of the same way. Throw a slider that stayed up in the zone, more of a horizontal one. So you saw a good mix of pitches and a good mix of outs, but he had it going.
Ground ball right at the second baseman. 4-3, 1 away.
One of the really impressive things there, you can see the color coordination of the pitches they're in the same zone. The sliders are all around the same place. The changeups are all around the same place. The fastballs are mostly elevated. So he had areas he attacked with specific pitches, and he just kept attacking those areas over and over and over.
And the location was dead on. I mean, like you say, he just did not miss in places he didn't want to miss. He missed where he wanted to miss, and then he was
1 out. Here's Rushman.
He wanted to go to get those Orioles hitters out.
And Rushman's home run, the only blemish.
Oh, strike in the corner. Wow, 0-1. Top of the corner there.
Those offense, he was red hot, pulled off today. They had 17 runs the last 2 games.
Ball down low.
Multiple home runs in all 3 games of the Anaheim series, or the Los Angeles plays in Anaheim series. And advisors come into place. Christopher Morel, Mangum over to left. 87 down and in.
Strike 1 and 2.
Oddly enough, they took him from an organization that does the same thing a lot of times. Houston Astros.
They had a career 8.4 ERA in 8 Houston games.
Now, granted, he is a former first-round pick.
Fly ball, short center field. Oh, over the shoulder catch by Caballero. Wow, that's just the way the night's gone.
spot with 2 down. See if Gunnar Henderson can pick up another hit. He's added to a great career against the Rays. 1 for 3 today. All time against the Rays, highest slugging percentage. That's a pretty good list to be on. And behind Mike Trout.
Yeah, anytime you're right behind Mike Trout, generally speaking, you're doing something pretty well. And then when you take it, this is not a team that doesn't pitch well, so it's a solid number.
First, Whitley looking to close out his first Rays game with a 1-2-3. Looks like he's going to do it.
Popped up.
Ryan Pipio was dominant for 8 innings. Forrest Whitley's perfect night ends the dominant.
That was crazy.
Tampa Bay Rays.
All right, end of video.
First game in Tampa between the teams. And this season series starts with a great all-around effort by Tampa Bay.
That was just a tale of 2 starting pitches right there.
Pipio, 8 innings, 1 run, struck out 11. Zach Eflin gives up 12 hits, 7 earned in 5. Plenty more to come. We'll get you set for O's Extra with Rob.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Coming up on O's Extra post-game show.
All right, everybody, it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to send you over to Doug. Go over there, raise some cane, have some fun with Doug. We'll see you in a little bit. Tough game for the Orioles.